and welcome to another interesting customizing edition of Zach collects. Well, I finally got him. I ordered him from Target, and Target failed to deliver, so I actually went to a Target store today, and lo and behold, they had one. So I nabbed him. Death Metal Batman, which of course is going to be riding. Let me scoot him back a little bit. He's going to be riding his customized death metal Batcycle. This is the final product. Remember I teased you. I said teased you. Sorry about that. Bad choice of words. I did tease that I was going to show the completed customized death metal Batcycle, and here she is in all her glory. Both sides this time, everything's done. And the thing about customizing, you start going and you go, okay, that's it, I'm done. And then you stop and you go, oh, I could have done. But I'm pretty happy with this overall. And by the way, I'm using my brand new Infinite Black setup so that we have nothing but the figures to look at. And that's all, because everything else is going to be in the black. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to customize him. Now, other people have reviewed the figure itself. I'm not going to go over all that. I'm just going to show you what I want to do, jazz up on him, what I want to customize on him. And once again, doing it on the cheap, doing it simple. Dark Knight's Death Metal Batman. Notice this, too, interesting. In the picture, it's got like a red tongue thing, and this guy does not. And I did a little bit of research, and I guess in some instances it doesn't have that red tongue, and in some instances it does. Don't quite like it. I don't really quite like the red tongue. It looks kind of like a carrot sticking out of there, doesn't it? Well, that's just my opinion. Your mileage may vary. Okay, so let's bust him out, and let's talk about jazzing him up a little bit. This guy, I'm very happy with. What do you think, huh? I love it. Looks great, but I can't wait to get Batman on that thing. So, see you in a second. Okay, here's our bad boy out of the package. And a lot of you have already seen this. You've seen him. Great face. Marvelous visage. All kinds of incredible details going on here. Like the skulls, the metal skulls around his waist. This costume has a great texture to it as well. Love the bat emblem. Bat emblem is raised. Here's his scythe, which is pretty awesome. But we're going to make it more awesome. You will see. I'm going to add a wash to that. We're going to make that look a little more awesome. I'm not doing a lot, guys. I'm just doing just a tiny bit on this because I really like it the way it is. There's a lot to like here. The texture of his jacket. Look at all that leather-looking texture and the buckles and the buckles of his boots and the straps around his thighs. They do have a wash on them already, so I will not add another wash to that. I was thinking of doing that, but they already have a wash on them, so I'm not going to do that. But guess what? Those gauntlets, those silver gauntlets, they look like they just came out of the washing machine, fresh from the cleaners. Those are getting hit. And another thing I don't like doing too, and I'm not going to do, is add like battle damage to them. I don't like doing that either. But I do like adding some three-dimensionalism by adding a little bit of wash here and there, a little bit of color here and there. So we're going to do a little bit of jazzing this guy up right now. Oh, by the way, he does not stand, for me anyway, your mileage might vary, he does not stand without his little stand that he came with. But that doesn't matter for me, because when we're all done with this death metal Batman is going to ride his death metal bike. Okay, boys and girls, we're going to have Batman look on as we do this, because he's concerned. I'm very concerned. Make sure you do a good job, Dead Burn. So he's going to stand right there. All right, so this is what it looks like. This is the scythe, or as Stratimus Prime calls it, a scythe. This is what this scythe looks like without any kind of a wash on it whatsoever. So now we're going to do, guess what? You guessed, I'm sure, the shoe polish. Oh, and by the way, I like to do everything on aluminum foil. The reason being is it's very forgiving, and you can just roll it up and throw it away when you're all done. So we're just adding a little bit of brown, color to this beautiful blue sky with its happy clouds and its little squidgy little lizard face, and so he can go out and kill more of the Jokers. The Jokers. What do they call them? The dinosaurs or the dragons. That's it. Joker dragons. That's right. Joker dragons. So he can go out and kill more Joker dragons. That's right. More Joker dragons. Okay, so right now, I just made this thing real dark, right? Haven't I? Just dark brown is all it is. So it hasn't really changed too much. So let's take our wet thingy, our wet cloth, and let's see what happens when we do a wash thing on it. And it's coming out a little bit better. And there we go. And we're making sure that we don't get brown everywhere. Sorry about that. My cat just jumped on the table. That's what happens when you have 5 cats. 5, I tell you. So anyway, here we go. And we do have that wash going on. And there it is. So this is what it looks like with a wash. And I think that looks better. Don't you? You got some detail coming out? I think it does. I think it looks better. I don't know if I want to hit that with any black. No. I don't think so. What do you guys think? I think that does look better. There's just some more detail there. Yeah. I think we're going to let that one go. We're gonna let that one go. I think that one looks okay the way it is. Brilliant. Okay, so there we go. That is his scythe. So we're going to come back and we're going to be looking at how to make those gauntlets less silver, a little more used. Okay, join me in a second. Okay, boys and girls, I lied. I hit this with a little bit of gray. I hit with a little bit of gray, and look at what happened. Oh boy, yeah, that's good looking. That's looking good. We might want to hit this a little more right there. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now see what happened? Now you see all that brown? We don't want that anymore. Let's get rid of that. So I'm going to hit that with some gray, which I just did. There we go. That's better. And like I said, I'm working on aluminum foil. So now we have colors in this scythe. We have grays, we have browns, we have beiges. It has depth. It looks like it was wrapped. And I'm digging that. I am digging it. Hot diggity diggity. That sounds good to me. Okay, so we're done with the scythe. We're not going to do anything more with that. We just wanted to touch that up. So here's the thing that was really bugging me. His gauntlets. They're just so silver. They're so clean looking. Back in the old days, I think McFarlane would have really jazzed that up. But I know. Cutting a few corners just so we can hit that price point, which is not a bad thing. So just so you can see my setup here, I'm going to hold this for a second. So what I've done here is I've created a color that I like, the dark gray. And I've used a white acrylic. And I've used a black acrylic. Now, obviously, apple barrel is what I used. Your mileage may vary. You can use whatever you'd like. Go to Hobby Lobby, go to Michael's, whatever it is, online. But I created a dark gray, and then I've, of course, washed it out. So it's a little bit of a wash now. So this is an experiment for you and for me. Let's see what that looks like when we actually hit that with the wash. I'm a little nervous. Are you? I'm a little nervous. Okay, let's hold his arm like that. We're going to hit it with the wash. And let's see what happens. Okay. Alrighty then. There we go. Starting to work. It's starting to get in there. Starting to get in there. I'm gonna use a little bit of the straight up stuff. There we go. So I took a little bit of the actual paint, the gray, with just a tiny bit of water. And we're trying that now. So we're making the wash thicker. So I don't think it was thick enough. Because obviously this has got some kind of an overcoat on it. And let's see. Oh, it's time for a beautiful, happy little teddy bear. And he's floating in the sky with his happy face. And there's some happy trees laughing at him, saying, "Eat my apples, will you?" Whatever they might say. Who knows? I don't know. There we go. There we go. Let's see. We're hitting it up. We're hitting it up. I think this is going to work now. I think this is going to work now. It's not sticking great, but it's sticking enough. Because remember, we just want a little bit of highlight. I'm going to change it up. Now, I wouldn't be happy. If I left it this way, I wouldn't be happy with that. Would you? Because it's not a gloppy, right? So now we're going to hit it with the damp cloth. Now we're going to hit it with the damp cloth. Okay. See what we're doing here? Whoops, I'm off camera. Sorry, guys. There we go. There we go. Ah, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Okay, now we got some depth. Now we got a wash on there that makes sense. Huh. Turn it around. See, that is good. That is good. I'm happy with that. That's a nice wash. You like, guys? Okay, let's try a little bit heavier on the front, because I think the front had too much water on it too. So let's try a little heavier on the front. So now I'm just, again, just going straight up the gray that I mixed up with the black and the white. And we're going to see here what we get. It might be that we can't use a wash on this plastic. It might be that it just rejects it because of all the water in it. I like the back, so I'm not going to change that. The bottom, yeah, we could change the bottom a little bit. Sorry, I bumped. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to go back in and hit it with the damp. Sorry, he's dinging on the the bowl. All right, quit dinging. Okay, so that's what we got now. That's what we got now. Little bit of battle damage like looking. So let's take a look here. This is how it looks without, and this is how it looks with. Yeah, I think I like it. I definitely like that. That's perfect. There was enough depth there that it caught the black, or it caught the dark gray. The front part doesn't have enough deep crevices in it that catch it as much, but I think I'm digging that. So I tell you what, now that we've seen how it all works, give me a break. I'll take a break and I'll be right back and show you the finished thing, because you've seen how I do it, and I'll be right back. So before we do the great reveal, now remember, I didn't do much. I just wanted to touch up the gauntlets, and and then by the way, I hit the skulls a little bit. What I've discovered is this has a coating on it. It's resistant, a bit resistant to my acrylic paints. So I'm having to play a little game of how do I get it to stick without it making it look poopy. So anyway, I think it looks pretty good. And you see what I mean by the aluminum foil? Now I'm all done. Guess what I do? I roll that sucker up, I throw it away. So let's see what it looks like in just a second on the sickle, which I also customized. Yes, I did. And I give you Death Metal Batman on Death Metal Batcycle with a little bit of customizing going on. Not a heck of a lot, but a little bit. And if you were with me in the previous episode, you did see me, in fact, start to customize this guy. But I am really happy with the way he came out. I just think it looks just great. Very pleased. Your mileage may vary, but I like it. And now here's our Death Metal Batman. And of course, what we fixed on this a little bit, well, what we tweaked, let's put it that way, is his scythe. You can see now. You see now? Yes, yes, you can. There is some detail that you couldn't see before because we've actually got 3 different colors in there. We've got the brown shoe polish, and then we've got a gray wash on top of that. And I think that came out really, really well. His gauntlets came out pretty darn well. What do you think, guys? You still got the silver there, so you know it's metal. But by golly, he's been out in the Badlands. He's been using them a bit. I think they came out really, really well. And what I was saying before is I think that there's some kind of I'm sure they did. They put some sort of an acrylic overcoat, to protect the paint and whatnot. Made it a little bit hard for the paint to stick in this case. But look at the gauntlet over here. Let's see if we can get in there. Right there. Look at that. The detail we got out of that one. Pretty sharp. Let's turn them around. See, and there's that scythe. And you see all the different colors we got going on now? And they all make sense. The grays, the gray wrap of some kind of canvas you use to wrap the scythe handle. Look at that. And you can see the wood grain. Very nice. And again, the gauntlets. They're a little bit beat up, a little bit abused. And I don't know if you can see this, but I did get a little carried away. I wanted to anyway. See this, the skulls? I hit them with a little bit of a wash, and they just wiped it off the top of it. So it still looks metallic, but they look like they've been around the block a few times, more so now. So here you go. This is Death Metal Batman on his Death Metal Batcycle with just a little customizing going on. It's not so bad, is it, folks? Let me see if I can turn this around here. There you go. There's that scythe. Yes, there indeedy do. By the way, guys, I don't know if you got this yet, but I love Batman. I love all these different iterations of Batman, and McFarlane's killing me. It's killing my bank account, but he's doing such a wonderful job, and I just love these different iterations of Batman. I never even heard of Death Metal because I don't do the comic books anymore like I used to when I was a kid. But that's how she looks in my infinite black setup, which I think works pretty well because all you're seeing is the figures. Anyway, if you could, and if you would, and be so kind as to like and share and subscribe, please subscribe. They're a chitrin, and they need their oatmeal, and I must help them. So please subscribe. Don't forget that I'm on TikTok. That's Zach Collects on TikTok. I'm also, I got a Facebook page, Zach Collects Action Figures page on Facebook. Go ahead and check that out as well. I sure appreciate you joining me in this, and thank you on this little journey. Hopefully you learned a few things. I know I did. I know that when I do a wash on McFarlane stuff, I better go straight up paint and then wipe instead of making the wash first. But look, I got good results. Not too bad. So, thanks very much. You have a wonderful whatever it is you're having, morning, evening, afternoon, overnight, whatever it could be. So, boys and girls, moms and dads, dogs and cats, see you later on Zach Collects.